ever found a bruise or a cut somewhere in your body and you have no idea where it came from? And after a day or two, it's gone and it's all healed. When you look in the mirror, you notice that you're bigger than when you were 8 years old. All of these experiences have one thing in common: mitosis. This process is simple duplication of a cell in all its parts. It duplicates its DNA and creates 2 new daughter cells which have the same genetic code. 2 identical copies come from one original. Start with one, get 2 that are the same. Well, you get the idea. There are also 5 certain steps in this process. This term is called PMAT. It stands for prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase.
In prophase, the chromatin threads shorten and become visible as 2 sister chromatids joined by a centromere. The chromosome is also supercoiled. The nuclear membrane starts to disappear. The centrioles appear and begin moving to opposite ends of the cell.
The next phase is metaphase. At this stage, the chromosomes align to the center of the cell, and the centrioles then move to the opposite poles, while the spindle fibers attach to the centromere.
Anaphase. In this stage, the sister chromatids detach and starts to move to the opposite ends of the cell. The separation is controlled by the spindle fiber.
The next phase is telophase. In telophase, the spindle fiber starts to disappear and the nuclear membrane starts to reform around each set of chromosomes.
Prophase 1. In this phase, nuclear membrane begins to dissolve and spindle fibers form. Chromosomes come together in homologous pairs, and each pair of homologous chromosomes align side by side, and it is called synapsin. The chromatid from different homologous pairs exchange segments where the DNA information is also exchanged, and this process is called crossing over. Metaphase 1. The chromosome centromere attach to the spindle fibers and they line up along the equatorial plane. Anaphase 1. Segregation occurs as chromosomes move toward the opposite poles. One member of each homologous pair will be found in each of the new cells. Telophase 1. A nuclear membrane begins to form around each nucleus. Prophase 2. Like prophase 1, the nuclear membrane again dissolves and the spindle fibers form. Metaphase 2. Each chromosome arranges along the center of the cell and the chromatid are held together by its centromere, which is then pulled by the spindle fibers. Anaphase 2. The attachment between the 2 chromatids break and separate from one another. They migrate to opposite poles of the cells. Telophase 2. In this stage, the second nuclear division is completed and the second division of cytoplasm occurs, also known as cytokinesis. At the end of meiosis 2, 4 haploid daughter cells are then produced.